Hi peoples. I hope everybody's starting their day well. It's a little bit of rain where I'm at. It's almost like winter does not want to leave us alone, you know? I'm like, it's supposed to be a little warmer, but whatever. We'll take it. At least it's not like 7 degrees, you know? It is what it is. On my way to work, well, on my way to the office, I started work, but while I drive, I wanted to come in here and kind of talk to some of the non-gym goers that follow me. And the gym goers that do too. And, you know, if you want to take some of this advice and use it, you can. You don't have to. But somebody said something to me yesterday, and I don't think they meant it the way they said it was bad or ill-intended, you know. I want you guys to be real careful, because one thing you guys need to understand is when you have a passion for fitness, such as I do, because right now it's a passion. Let's take away the fact that I was also training people. To me, it's a passion. I did get fit. I did lose the weight. I did get the abs. I did get to the 120 mark. I did all that. It came to a point where I needed to test and experience other things. And this is why sometimes a lot of people cannot get to the potential that they can get. They're not willing to do that experimenting, and then they get stuck, right? I did lose the weight. I was really, really big. I was like 160. I did get down to 120. I didn't like it. I'll be honest. I look great to some people. It's probably my best physique. Thank you for that. But personally, what we look for when we're starting a journey like this is the body that's going to make you feel good and secure about yourself. And not just what people might say or what your journey might look like, but how you feel inside. Like, I wanted to feel strong, and I wanted to build certain parts of my body that I never had the chance to, right? Like, if anybody knows my sister, they know that she's very voluptuous, you know, very curvy, very, you know, and all of that. So people always assume that I have the same genetics and that I can achieve those things just naturally, right? And it's not the case, right? And lately, yes, I have been showing a lot more of my glutes and my legs, because those are things that I'm proud of. I want you guys to understand that there will be a point in a person's journey where, yeah, they're going to be showing a little bit of butt, they're going to be showing a little bit of legs, they're going to be wearing the short shorts. Let me put it in simple words for you guys. If you're a mechanic or somebody that has a hobby car, right, like a antique, and you buy this and you fix that and you give a new paint, you want to go drive it, show it off, right? If you're a painter, you just did your best painting ever, you're going to post that, you're going to get close, you're going to get the details, you know, you're going to do all of that, right? If you are, whatever your hobby is that you want to show off to the world, you got to understand, when people have a fascination and a passion like I do, like many others do, because I had this conversation with another lady, with another girl who I really love and follow, because she's like strength. It gets sometimes to feel a little shameful to post our progress without y'all just looking at it, because you got to understand, the sexuality that you put onto content is personal a lot of the times. Hola, ¿cómo estás? So the sexuality that sometimes is put in my content and my stories is coming from y'all. Like, how can I show you the progress of my glutes without showing you my glutes? And even when I'm in sweatpants, people make references. So it's like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. But then you have the ones that, if you're not showing your progress, start questioning your training and the amount of time you've been training, as if you have to conform to what they like. And y'all gotta understand, like, this is personal for me. If I want to grow my glutes, if I want to grow my legs, if I want to have muscly arms, that's my personal thing. You guys don't have to reflect on what I do or what I don't do or what I look like or don't look like. I can look however I want. That's my flex. And you can call it cocky, but it's the truth. If I wanted to be a skinny little bit of twig, I could do that. If I want to grow my glutes, as you guys can see, I can do that. It all takes time. But the reason why I have transitioned so much, hi, how are you? I have transitioned so much from physique to physique. It's not because I can't do my training. It's not because I don't know what I'm doing. It's because I like to test other things. Because once you get to a limit, you want to see what the next limit brings. What else you can do. To me, it was like, yeah, I can lose all this weight. I can be super fit. I could probably do a show. I don't want to deal with what it costs to be in a show, whether it's the hunger and the supplements and the rigorous training. But I wanted to tell myself, you can look like that if you try. And then I looked like that. And then the next one was, you know what? People talking about you can't grow no glutes, you can't grow no legs. Let's show them. And I did that. So for the last year and a half or so, that's what I've been doing, guys. I've been putting on weight. I've been molding it where I want it. And then I lose the fat all over again so I can balance out how I want to look, how I want to look. Not for y'all, not for the men that watch me, not for the girls that watch me. This is just a routine that I have because I want to test my limits. If I eventually want to even get bigger, that's none of y'all business. But if there's ladies out there who, like me, are interested in seeing how that could work, I don't mind posting my progress and I don't mind showing how I did it. I fast. I can literally lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks if I wanted to. Like, you guys gotta understand, the cockiness comes from the fact that I've done my research and I've put in the time and the effort. Because I have sat here and lost weight, I gained weight, I put on muscle. I do these things for myself. Nobody telling me. I do the research. I apply the whatever I need to apply. Take out what works for me. You know, all this other stuff. It's all a science. So with all this being said, the next time you see a gym girlie that has been doing it for a while, if you just don't feel like that person is conforming to what you believe that person should look like, just remember, she doesn't have the same goals as you, or he doesn't have the same goals as you, you know? I also recommend that unless somebody's asking you for advice, don't give it. Half of you don't look the way you need to look and feel compelled to tell somebody else what they should or should not be doing. And that to me is hypocrisy. Because it's like, let's be honest with ourselves. There's a lot of gym girlies that are still in a journey trying to, you know, mold their bodies how they want to. They don't necessarily look the way they do. And I'm not saying you don't have an opinion. This goes for the guys too. But we are in a line of work where you show your work through your body. And if you claim to be a trainer and you don't look the part, it's really hard for some of us to sit here and say, okay, you know what, I can try that. But if you're giving me advice on how to, I don't know, work my core, and I see you got rock hard barbs, or you have had before, because it could be one of those things where, like, you know, somebody's trying to bulk up. Abs go away when you start bulking up. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I don't judge anybody that's in the bulking process right now or trying to put on some weight so they can build additional muscle. It's all a science. But we got to be careful with how we say things, because when this person approached me, he seemed like this person was having an expectation that I should look, I don't know, like some kind of fit model that got boobs done, and like, I don't know, like, I don't starve myself, you know, I don't know what the expectation was, but I'm like, yeah, I've been training for 4 years. And then you gotta understand, the people that come up to me and have criticism about what I look like are always like, all right, have you seen yourself in the mirror lately? Because it's like, I don't know where you grew the balls to say that to me, but I need to be sipping on the same tea, because that delusional tea is like, damn, you can do anything. But whatever, that was my 2 cents, because I might have like a really strong willpower to avoid some of these things, guys, but there's people out here that are still trying to work on the mental part of things. Meaning, there's people out here still trying to wrap their head around liking the gym. been able to see the little progress, because that's how it starts. It's a little progress. You're not gonna lose 20 pounds off the bat the first freaking month that you're attending the gym. It's just not gonna happen that way. But you're gonna see a few inches here and there. You're gonna see your stomach shrink a little bit. You're gonna see your arms a little more toned. You're gonna start losing weight from your face. But when somebody approaches you and tells you, like, oh, you don't look like you should, you would be going to the gym for X amount of time, like, that's not okay, guys. Like, especially if you yourself look like crap. So it's like, let's be mindful. Like, there's a way to say things where you can convey a little bit of concern, because I'm not saying, you know, you shouldn't have an opinion. It's just some of y'all just be having the biggest balls sometimes. Hi, 40, I meant to hit you up. I want to have lunch with you, Mike, and a few other people. I miss my peeps from high school, yo. I'm starting to have a little withdrawal. They're the only ones that understand who Pam was before and appreciate me for who I am. Well, some of them. The other ones, you know, stop talking to me. But yeah, I was just coming in here. Let's spread some positivity, guys. Like, I learned so much from the girlies that are always switching it up. And I mean switching it up, like testing out different sciences to do this. This guy's literally just peeing on this. Like, at least open the door, bro. Like, aww. Listen, I don't care. I really don't be caring. I don't know if you're talking about the peeps from high school or the people that be criticizing my little muscles. Half of them just hate the fact they can't have me. So I'll leave it at that, you know, like, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, there's a lot of people still trying to get motivated, guys, out in the world. Let's not open our big mouths unless we actually have something valid to say, some knowledge to spread, some positivity behind it, you know. Like, I don't mind anybody telling me, hey, you know, you should try this, you should try that, because if they look the part, if they're people that I've spoken to and have the knowledge, I don't mind that. Thank you, love. You too. I know you got a lot of work. I'm surprised you're even in my life today. But yeah, guys, let's not kill nobody's joy. Like, mind your business, mind your training. Not everybody's trying to train to be one of them IG vixen fit ladies. Like, yo, they be pissing me off so much, guys. Like, it's just so unrealistic, like some of the stuff that I be seeing online. And I'm like, I can tell why somebody will get demotivated, you know, when they see like these girls that starve themselves, right? Supposedly like have big glutes and no stomach. And I'm just sitting here like, first of all, half of y'all got a BBL. The other half got their fat stuck out of your stomach. And the other half is fucking starving and probably has pads in those like pants. Like, it's kind of sad. Like, I'm sure everybody has seen the videos by now of how they spice it up and like all the AI stuff. What is going on? Maybe I'm not smart enough to edit my videos like this anymore. Like, I'm like, what? How do you even find apps to do this? Like, I'm still stuck on CapCut, getting like the right, you know, like the right template so my videos can look cool. Meanwhile, these girls are like big glutes, small tiny waist, da da da. Just like setting up on realistic expectations. And the thing is, guys, when you set up unrealistic expectations, I'm gonna break it down to you this way. Men and women function different with those two things. Women will look at another woman and start overanalyzing themselves as if we're not like genetically differently, right? Like, obviously I'm not as tall as some people. I'm 5 feet tall. So even if I'm at the same weight as somebody else who's a little taller than me, she's gonna have a different body composition. So if she does exactly the same workout as I am, she will not look the same. Men, in the other hand, be like, yo, nice arms. Like, it really doesn't matter to them, right? Like, they see another dude, they can appreciate it and not like be automatically jealous about it. I wish I had that willpower, because sometimes I am jealous about my girlies. But when a woman reflects on themselves based on what another woman sees, it's a very negative road versus a guy, right? Like a guy might look at it and be like, damn, I have to start working out or eating better or whatever. But a girl would start rethinking her whole entire life for some odd reason. I've been there. This is why I'm saying it. Like, I need you guys to understand in many different ways over the years. I have been able to adjust my mind to a degree where I know certain things I cannot help and certain things I can. And it's really a matter of looking at it from a knowledge point. Not necessarily a good or a bad or a alternative. It's from a point where like, oh, that's interesting. You know, I don't think that that's going to be me. Or let me see how I can achieve that. But then if I start seeing, like, based on my body composition, things are going to lead, you know, understanding that things will look different because I am built different. You know, I have more, I guess, genetics in my legs as far as, like, being able to grow my legs than a lot of people do. So even doing the same workouts, I will have better results as far as growth, as far as muscle definition. So, like, understanding these things about you as a person can help you look at somebody else and still be like, damn, that's impressive. I still want to try it, but understand that the result will still be different. A lot of girls don't do that. So until that person is in a state of mind where they can see things as a learning experience and not as a negative and not as a reflection of themselves, you gotta be careful how you come up to people. You really do. You don't know in what type of, and coming from a person that has suffered from postpartum depression and, you know, very low self-esteem and things like that, the littlest comments can have the biggest impacts. That's all I'm saying. Somebody could be trying to lose weight for years and years, and they don't know that they, like me, might have a thyroid problem. And all they needed to do is get that shit balanced out with some meds, right? And these are things that are going to come again with knowledge, with trial and error. It took for me to fail at almost every like fitness, whatever you can think of. PX97, Herbalife. I got like 3 different trainers. And until I figured out, all right, I have a hormonal problem. You know, like my brother had hyper, I had hypo. And then that kind of opened, like, well, let me get myself tested. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I might have it, I might not have it. And if I have it, at least I know how I can go about it. That helped me get to a point where, like, all right, now that I'm balancing out my hormones, I was able to lose weight by just doing the little things. From there, I was able to balance out my emotions. Another thing we don't think about, things like postpartum depression and things like thyroidism. I can never say that word, but I had a, you know, hypothyroidism, I think is how you say it, whatever. And those things will, your hormone imbalance, first of all, okay, so it all comes from your glands. Your glands control your hormones, and your hormones control all these chemicals that happen in your body, and it imbalances them, which makes you think all these horrible things that happen when somebody has postpartum depression, which are all negative feelings. And I want to explain this because a lot of girls are sitting out there probably not being able to talk about it, feeling that they're crazy. You're not fucking crazy. Your hormones are messing with you, and you need to go to a doctor and figure that out. That's it. It's just like any other illness. And for the men that don't understand it, just understand she's not crazy. She's not just crying out of nowhere. She's not just, you know, being super emotional out of nowhere. It's a chemical imbalance that happens to us when we don't have our hormones in check. It happens with thyroid. It happens after birth with postpartum. I mean, it happens during menopause. Understanding ourselves as women, help us tackle the other parts of our life. When I got that figured out, I wasn't spazzing on my man over going out, like, over doing the littlest shit. You know, like how we ladies just like to, like, internalize certain things and, like, go buck wild? I was able to control all those stages of my life because I'm no longer being emotional. I'm more rational. I'm more, all right, let me take my time. Let me not be as reactive, right? These things help. Not only help relationships that I have with people, but they help me mentally. And then I was able to find myself in a place where I can get a trainer, even if it's through Zoom, where I can sit down and do research on things that I want to accomplish, such as losing weight, growing my glutes. You can even individualize it and just Google protein and what it does for you. And then you can even get deeper than that. How does protein help women? Or how to not get a bloated stomach. It took me so long to figure out that sugar and freaking carbs give me the biggest bloat on my stomach, guys. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, there's things that you're eating that will not contribute, no matter how hard you train, how much you diet. There are things that, you know how people are like gluten or whatever, like, there's no allergy. It's just the reaction that your body has to it, but you're not like gonna die from it. And understanding these things about certain foods and how your body reacts to it, I would encourage everybody to take one of those tests, because they're really eye-opening in many different ways. But yeah, like, there's certain things that you just need to understand about yourself, you know, and go from there. But coming from somebody who had, and I'm just getting back to my point, I have to explain that point really quick. Postpartum, you know, and thyroid issues are a really big part of what I do, because a lot of women don't go out of their way to get tested for these things or go get help for these things, and are literally the biggest contributors to why we're not able to have more peaceful, successful lives, as far as like our peace of mind and our bodies and things like that. Just dealing with our children while having these things can get very frustrating, and I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, women, especially when we're in these delicate stages of our lives and we hear these things, can put us in a place where we don't feel worthy. You know, where like, no matter how much you try, because you've been trying, and look, this person is, give a positive it doesn't hurt you to give somebody a positive comment. If you got nothing good to say, don't say anything. Don't say anything. You don't know where that person's mind frame is. And if you don't find anything physically to compliment about them, compliment a piece of clothing or an action that they're doing. I do that all the time at the gym, because that's what makes me feel good. Like, when the guys come up to me and be like, yo, your squats are crazy. Let me tell you, that goes further than any compliment any man can give me about my ass, my face, my hair, my prettiness. Like, I get that. I've been pretty my whole life, and I'm not saying this in a cocky manner. I'm saying that I've heard that before. But when a man who's already strong, who's already training, says, damn, like, she could squat, like, now that comes from a genuine place. That comes from a place where you didn't look at my hair, you didn't look at my face, you just saw my efforts. You saw what I was doing. And that goes further to me than any compliment about my looks. And I think that we should all practice that, whether it's a man or a woman. I feel like spreading some positivity, especially at the gym, at the workplace, calling somebody, you know, gorgeous. Like, even if I just like somebody's haircut or somebody's skin, some of these ladies have some gorgeous freaking skin, man. And I just like to highlight that, because in a day and age where everybody's fake, everybody's using a cream for something, you gotta embrace the ladies that still keep it natural, that still have glowing skin without makeup, glowing freaking hair without having to do all this extraness to it, still rocking their own hair. You know, I admire the 90s where we could be ourselves. Back in the days of the female rappers, we used to have like natural clothes. I don't know, I'm still like a little bit of a sucker for those days, you know. So I try to compliment people as much as I can in the positive things that I see, because once you encourage things like, okay, I see you sipping on some tea today instead of some coffee, or I see you drinking your water, you brought your big bottle of water today. You don't understand how far these things, like, it'll motivate somebody to continue to do those good things, those positive things, you know, like, oh shit, some of these girls, some of these guys will go home, tell their other halves, like, yo, this lady thought I had like really good skin today. Next day, they're gonna be washing their face more, they're gonna be trying harder. It's the little things, guys. Like, we don't have to only highlight that somebody hasn't lost weight in like a year of trying. Like, you don't even know if this person, you know, actually lost weight or not, because some of us can tell until they drop a certain, like, a dramatic amount. And again, that goes back to the little things. It's how it starts. It's small, guys. But that was it. I'm gonna post this live if anybody jumped in late. so you guys can watch it. But I'm about to pull up and get my big bottle of water and my Green Goddess juice, because even though I'm not fasting today, I think I need a break from fasting until next week after my 72-hour journey. But I still want to keep myself, with the gains of my non-fasting. So I'm going to do green juice, goddess juice, and continue to drink my bulks of water. Because, just because I fast doesn't mean I get to eat like a pig after. I did have some great lemon chicken pasta. That's what the dish is called. I'm not sure. I'm gonna post it later, but that's how I broke my fast. I know I was supposed to have veggies, but I saw that on the menu and I'm like, can't help myself. Hi guys, everybody's waving at me. I never had this many people in my life. I don't even think that many people watch my life, but I was told that it encourages a lot of people when they see me live and talk, because I do understand that sometimes you guys see my videos and they're really cool and they're edited and stuff like that to make it seem cool. I just want to make sure the videos are edited, but I don't edit my physique. I don't I don't have those expertise, to be out there like playing with AI, and I don't got time for that. I got 3 kids. So the most I'm gonna do is give it a little swag to it, make it look cool, but that's about it. But I know you guys see these videos and you guys are like, oh, she makes it look so easy. And I'm gonna end this live with this message. I appreciate you. Yeah, I wasn't doing lives for a while, but again, I was told that this encourages people, because listening to me talk about my journey apparently is a lot different than just watching my videos. And just like Mr. Mansueto over here, there's a lot of people that known me for decades from before, right? So they've seen what I looked like before and they see what I look like now. And it's really hard to put 2 and 2 together when you're not there for the training. I've gone through many different phases within the 4 years that I've been doing this, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It was hard at the beginning. The first year was hard. The first year I received a lot of criticism from my family, from my friends, and not criticism about anything exactly that I was doing, not necessarily criticism, but the support wasn't there the way I wanted it. I would go to barbecues. I had to let go of some people that were just toxic to my life, and it was sad because there were people that weren't just my friends, but my kid's father's friends, not just friends but family. I had to kind of keep my family out of my visual, because it was just drama with family and friends, and drama, and then when you actually got together and you're trying to eat healthier, there's always the criticism, well, she's in her little journey or whatever, oh, so this is how it's gonna be now every time you come out, oh, our stuff is not good enough for you. And I just feel like if I was sick, if it was a matter of if I had cancer or something and I needed to take my meds sometime or something, I feel like people will be a little more receptive. With this, I mean receptive as far as the support that I receive. With this, I just want to say, guys, what I'm doing is no different than if I was in some sort of treatment for some sort of disease. It's preventive. As far as the many things that can happen to any of us when we get older. Being able to walk, being able to stand up, being able to use the bathroom on my own, being able to lift my grandchildren. I will, hon. Being able to walk after my retirement in a beach and not need a wheelchair, not need to be wheeled into a plane to go on my cruise and actually enjoy life how it was intended, without having to worry about diabetes and high blood pressure and potentially getting sick and worried about what I look like. Like, it's sad because I'm sitting here saying this, and many of you will see me again in 30 years and wish you would have listened to this 10 last minutes of this life and change your life right now. I will see some of you in 30 years and you will not even be able to use the bathroom on your own. And that's the saddest part. That, hey, anything can happen. You know, you never know. God forbid something happened and my life has ended short. But while I'm capable of doing the things that I'm doing to prevent a life where I'm not functional for me or my family, I'm going to continue to do it. And I'm not doing it for the body. That's the part where I have fun with, and I want to make sure I say that. That's the part that I research and have fun with and like educate myself in. But the main goal of this is being able to live a healthier life for longer, for me and my family. The body's the bonus. The body's what happens when you do the right things. Nobody's gonna force you to do that. You have to get up your ass. You literally, if you're sitting down on your phone right now scrolling or just watching my life, just know as soon as this shit ends, you gotta do something that makes you move. Yes, Sean. You gotta do something that makes you move, because if not, 30, 40 years from now, we're gonna see each other and I'm gonna look like this and I'm gonna run and I'm gonna do everything I'm doing now and you will not. And I'm not saying that as a cocky person. I'm saying this because we're all around the same age now. So we have an opportunity to change shit. And I'm getting real serious because some of us have some really disgusting habits that I already see now will be an issue in the future. And surgery cannot fix that for you. No BBL in this world can give you abs of steel. No BBLs in this world can give you the ability not to have diabetes or high blood pressure. No BBL in the world can give you the ability not to have cancer or any of the other shit that's going on around here right now. We don't need to be like the retired people that are going into homes right now because, I mean, they're so young. They're 60, 70. I'm not trying to be nobody's burden at that age. That's another thing. I'm not going to be a burden for my children. I'm going to be a bonus. When they come to, they send their grandkids to grandma, they know I'm not just going to sit in my ass and let them do whatever they want, because I can actually chase after them. If you didn't take anything from my life today, just make sure you watch the last 10 minutes at least, so you can hear that. I want to see all of you 34 years from now in a fucking senior cruise with me at the fucking like Caribbean or something, living your best life, tanning your wrinkled abs, drinking your margaritas, living your best life, dancing to whatever music you want because your niece can do it. This is what I want for us. Even the people that don't like me. Because that's the way you're able to take care of your family. The ones that come after you. Because unless we change our habits and our kids can see the right way of life, they're also going to mimic that. And you're just going to create a generation of lazy, fat, ill people. And I'm gonna just say it straight up as it is, because it's the truth. That's what ended up happening that's what ended up happening with this generation to begin with. Our parents made it so we don't have to struggle like they did. And I feel like in a lot of ways that made us a little lazier, complacent with how everything works, how everything is. This bad food that's being put in front of us, we don't question it because it's faster, it's easier, it's cheaper. We gotta change something. Let's not do it for the physique. That will come with it. If you're doing the right things, if you say to yourself, I'm going to start doing this, eventually it'll come. Half of y'all business owners with amazing ideas that nobody gave you, but you can't get your ass to do 5 exercises once a week for an hour. That's it. You don't gotta reinvent the wheel. A little running, a little weightlifting. Anyways, I gotta go to work, guys. Peace.